Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know my last video was like a day in the life of a mom, and it was like a holiday edition. But today's video is about how to become a flight attendant. Now, there's different airlines. FYI, my necklace keeps getting caught onto my watch. It's like very magnetic, so it's like every time I move my hands when I talk, it just like grasp on it. Okay, so yeah, so today's video is about how to become a flight attendant. Now, don't get me wrong, there's so many different airlines, so everything that I am telling you is based off my experience alone. And after the pandemic, everything has changed. So this is before the pandemic, and this is after. I've done regional and I've done major airlines, major US airlines. So there's mainline and there's regional. There's two different ways to do this. Some are kind of like similar to one another, and then there's some that are just completely very different, kind of like going in blindsided, because it's like they tell, you know, other referrals tell you something different. You would look up YouTube videos such as mine and then say, well, this is not anything you guys put on your videos, and then when we actually do it is completely different. So everything I'm about to tell you guys based off my experience alone, and there's plenty of different how to become a flight attendant videos. So without further ado, if you want to learn how to become a flight attendant, continue to watch, or please continue to watch my my video. So step one, apply. Very simple. Apply. Take a look at the airlines that you really want to work for, that you want to fly for. Each airline has different hubs. Some regionals, for instance, like the regional that I flew had similar bases to the mainline hubs. So I was able to commute to and from work or from my hub without an issue. I was able to go to several different airports without an issue. The only thing was where I live in Atlanta, Georgia. So where I live, it did not have a base at. Although I could fly from Atlanta to, let's say, Dallas, and then if I wanted to go visit family, I would be able to fly from Dallas and then fly to like California. So there's several different airports, but I suggest to do your research. Actually, let me go back to that. So okay, actually the first step is do your research. Research the bases that work best for you, whether it be United Airlines, Delta, American Airlines, JetBlue, just main airlines that you know, mainline airlines that you want to work for, regional and mainline. Most regionals that are like I would call like the baby sisters of the main airlines, they pretty much are similar. They have similar bases. So if you are just wanting to start off and just kind of get your foot in the door and see, hey, I want to know where this regional is and versus this mainline, and you can typically find them on the website. So I suggest you do your research, what best fits for you and your lifestyle, for your family. But if you're just, you know, an adventurous and you feel like, hey, I don't mind moving to New York all the way from like Detroit and it's not going to be an issue, then by all means you can definitely move. But for those that want to stay in the state you live in, like for me, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, but I commuted to Dallas, Georgia. So I would take a flight from Atlanta and then go fly to Dallas just for work, then fly out of my hub to come back to Dallas and commute back home. So those are things that you want to take into consideration when looking for the airline that you want to work for. Second, apply. Once you've done your research, I would apply, submit an application, fix your resume when you do your application. The aviation industry, especially for a flight attendant position, they look for customer service, customer service, customer service. And I'm emphasizing on customer service because you will be dealing with a lot of passengers on a daily basis, and these are like 100+ customers from all over the world. So you need to have that exceptional customer service when you apply for this position, because you want to have that smile each and every time you come across a passenger. There are bad days, but your customer service is still exceptional, whether you like it or not. Recruiters, these companies look for that skill set or experience. For me, I had 11 years of customer service experience. That was something that stood out. Like, I'm sure everybody has had customer service experience. You just want to tweak it a little bit so that whenever they do look at your resume, they do see, hey, she or he does have some type of like customer service experience on there. Hospitality, anything that will stand out from many other applicants out there. Okay. Number 3. Usually, it depends on, let's start with the regional. Most regionals don't require an assessment. Now, that could have changed after COVID. Before COVID, I know from my experience, he didn't do any type of assessment. Mine was pretty much, I submitted my application along with my resume. They got back to me within a week or two, and they flew me out to Dallas, and I was able to do a group face-to-face interview. And you can either get a CJO on the spot, and like I said, that could have changed, or they can send out the email. So either way, from that experience, I immediately did my face-to-face. There was no video interview, there was no assessment with that. It was just my application. Then I got flown out to Dallas, did my interview there, and I did get my CJO on the spot. With most mainlines, you submit your application, your resume, and most of them do require like a personality assessment, I would say. You would have to fill that out. After you fill that out, you pretty much either get chosen to move forward, or you move forward with the application, or you get a thanks but no thanks. You can get that twice too, and that's after the assessment. From my experience, I've done my assessment and I was able to move forward with my company. And I did do a face-to-face interview, a live interview, and with this particular company, they used to do a portion where you would just record yourself, and they would read a question from the other side, and then you would record yourself with the answers. And that was more, I would say, nerve-wracking to me. I like how they do it now, because the live interview is very more personable. Although it was just like live video, I felt like it was more like I can talk to you versus just talking to a blank screen. And this experience has been nothing but like amazing. So yeah, it was great. Now most airlines, you do your video interview. You would still do your video interview, and then you just get flown out there and do your group interview there. Or you could do your you would do a video interview, but it would be a group setting. So there's like a bunch of other applicants there, and you have a couple recruiters, and then you either pass it or you don't pass it. And then if you do pass it, then you would go into like an actual live group interview. And then for my next step, that's exactly what I did. Was I did my video interview with the recruiter, and then they felt that I was a great fit. So then I went on to do my group interview, and it was very nerve-wracking, like I said. Other applicants there, a lot of them, everybody wants this position. You want to do what you can to be a the best fit, or the most like standing applicant out there. There's hundreds and hundreds, thousands of like applicants out there, so you want them to know why should we choose you. Now these steps are very simple but very hard, and very I would say very challenging. You put your application in, depending on, like I said, which company you apply for, you either get an assessment or no assessment. You either get a live interview or a non-live interview. You do a group interview. I know most airlines that I've applied through and been through this process have done this group interview. And then you either, most places give you your thanks but no thanks through email, or you get a CJO, which is a contingent job offer. It could be on the spot, or it could be through email. And then, like I said, it varies from different company. So don't get discouraged. Being a flight attendant is like the most amazing career ever. I've enjoyed it. I still enjoy it, and I'm very excited. But you just keep trying. Try and try and try again. Now, I know most mainlines, they would love to have, if you have any type of aviation in the field, whether it be a flight attendant, customer service, just anything pertaining in that field. But I would always advise or suggest, try a regional. Maybe a regional might be something you'd like, and if that's something that you want to pursue in the long run, try for a mainline. And it will never hurt. I'm not saying don't try for a mainline. You can always, there's a bunch of applicants out there that's never flown before that I've met, and went straight for mainline, and they're flight attendants. So don't take my word my word on it. You don't have to have that experience. But it's always a good thing to have. Now, STAR method. STAR method. And a STAR method is a certain way that you answer questions. And I want to throw that in there because I'm kind of like shifting gears. I gave you the order of what to do to become a flight attendant, but I want to kind of give you guys more of like, okay, well, when you get to the interview, what should we expect? They're gonna want to get to know you. They want to know if you can be, if you're friendly. Just be yourself. Be yourself. Be the kind person you really are. Show them that you had that customer service experience. Show that you are a team player, because this is a group setting. You are with a bunch of other flight attendants on a plane, so you're not working by yourself. Although you feel like it because you're like in many different hotel rooms, you are working with a group. You have your pilot, your co-pilot, your other flight attendants and the aircraft with you, so they want to know that you can work with one another. STAR method is a good method for you to look up. There's this guy, and I'm gonna link everything below, of different different videos and links that I use, that help, that I thought was beneficial for my interview. And I'm gonna link him and his information below. I can't think of the name right now, but he teaches you how to answer these questions using the STAR method, whether it be at the flight attendant interview or with any other job. But this specifically, all airlines require you to answer questions in the STAR method. I believe it's a situation, it's a task, an action, and the result. And these are like the step by step that they do require you to, answer these questions. Now I can't tell you exactly what the questions are. Everybody has their own experience. I would love to tell you the exact questions, but it could just be, they ask you about your experience, how you would handle something, customer service, anything, pertaining customer service, they will ask. Safety. Safety is the number one priority with any airline. So you want to throw that in there. It isn't, you don't have to necessarily say, well, I did this because, I thought safety is something that I wanted to make sure was, hold on. Yo, I just realized my last clip was not recording. Like I was saying, be yourself in these interviews. Be the person why they chose you. Don't just be a cookie cutter. Don't just read off your answers. Don't sound like you're reading off your answers. They're gonna know, oh, she's reading something. Is this, like a setup, kind of like descriptive answer. They want to know. They want to see that you're nervous. They want to see your expressions. They want to see your emotions all in one. I was very, very nervous. Till right now, I'm very nervous. But they asked, how are you feeling? I'm telling you, I'm nervous. That's exactly what I said. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm very happy. But I'm going to let you know I'm very nervous right now. And it's okay to tell them that. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm so excited. And, they want to know you care. And they do know you care because you're sitting here. You went through so much just to get in front of a recruiter. And like I said, don't ever get discouraged just because you didn't get through that. Maybe this airline didn't work, but this did. And I see different situations every single day. I'm in all these different groups, many different applicants and other people hit me up just to say, hey, what did you do here? Or, I'm in training here, but I actually got an email going to an interview here. And I say do what's best for you, and that's why I say do your research. If you just want to say, hey, I'm just gonna apply everywhere and just try to get to any airline, that should be okay. It's really up to you. The advice I would give to most applicants is, don't get discouraged. For the last 8 years of my life, I've always I've tried to become a flight attendant, and I have become a flight attendant. I'm going to be a flight attendant. And you just want to be very, it's a lifestyle. It's not just a career. It's a whole different ball game. And that being said, I'm a mom and I have a child. Now, most flight attendants aren't parents, and that's okay, or most are parents like me, and we just learn how to balance out. You have family that's supportive, you have a partner that's supportive, and you want to do this, and you've been wanting to do this. I say go for it, but be patient throughout the whole thing, because your life will change, your schedule will change. You'll miss holidays, you'll miss special events, special occasions, just anything that you normally do each year. And you become a flight attendant, things will definitely change for you. So I always say, do your research. Watch videos. I encourage you guys to watch YouTube videos. There's a bunch out there to really show you. We're vulnerable when we show these videos on there. We show you, hey, it's not easy. If you tell your partner, hey, I'm gonna be home in 3 hours, I'm about to catch my flight, and that last flight of the day that you're supposed to take home gets delayed or gets canceled, you might not make it home. So these are things that you want to like really take into consideration when you're applying for these positions, or for this position, especially for the different airlines. Would I say it's easy? Some days yes, some days no. It changes every single day, and you have to be willing to say, oh, okay, I can't go home today, but maybe I can make it home tomorrow. But you know, you want to stay positive throughout this whole journey. It's an amazing career, and you know, if you have any hesitation at all, just try it. It's not gonna hurt. You know, this is something that you really want to do. I encourage you to try it. Like I said, do your research and watch videos. Watch tons of videos, follow tons of applicants out there on Instagram, and I promise you, you'll find not all the answers, you know, but a guidance to how to become a flight attendant. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else I missed. I might do a part 2 to this. This is just like everything thrown at once, like how to become a flight attendant, what to expect. There's a lot to expect. There's a lot of like steps to this process, and if you came this far, you know, kudos to you, congratulations to you. And if you know you're about to become a flight attendant and you are about to graduate, kudos to you. I'm, you know, it's not for everybody. I'm just gonna be like super straight up with you. It's not for everybody, but it never hurts to try something. And with this field, like I said, it's challenging. At the same time, it's very therapeutical in some ways. There's days where you're alone, and then days where you're with a lot of people. Then there's days where you're like, well, heck, what am I gonna do today? Let me just fly to New York and go eat at my favorite restaurant and fly back home. So there's perks, a lot of perks to this position. It's not just about traveling, although your main position is to travel, but the whole thing about it is getting from point A to point B in a safely manner. You're the number one person, you're the main person in that cabin to ensure that safety is a number one factor in there. You get your passengers safely to their destination and back, and wherever you are. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed telling you and giving you guidance on how to become a flight attendant. I will do a part 2 on this and interviews. I can give you something similar to it, or what would you do this and how you would do this and what they're looking for. So I'll definitely do a part 2 to this. But I'm definitely gonna also give you guys like a breakdown of like how it truly is to be a flight attendant, and how I did it with being a mom. So yeah, so if you like my videos and you want to continue watching, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell, get notifications. I'm on Instagram, so I'll definitely link my stuff like down below. So I'll see you guys next time.